Authorities suspected the man had been suffering from hypothermia when it was later discovered that he was from Belgium.
In other news,
one of the funniest scenes in Bruce Almighty is when Bruce uses his godlike powers to make Evan talk pure nonsense live on air. In the bloopers, Catherine Bell, who plays his co-anchor, keeps breaking down laughing and can't get through the takes.
News!
As if he hadn't caused enough chaos on Bruce Almighty, he carried that streak straight into Evan Almighty. With his off-script jokes and unpredictable one-liners, he had Catherine cracking up almost every single time.
Authorities suspected the man had been suffering from hypothermia when it was later discovered that he was from Belgium. Real story.
In one of the funniest outtakes from The Office's delivery skit, Jim is worried about Pam's contractions.
No.
But the serious moment quickly falls apart when Carell suddenly walks in using a silly accent.
There's a very big difference.
You gotta hold it together right now.
In Get Smart, Steve Carell's blend of clever and clumsy shines through perfectly. In one scene, he suddenly blurts out "puss bag," and to this day, it's unclear if it was an actual slip-up or just Carell sneaking in one of his trademark improvised jokes.
He called her a weeping puss bag. Puss bag? Puss bag. Did I say puss bag? It's probably more offensive.
In Dinner for Schmucks, Paul Rudd is already struggling to keep a straight face with Jermaine Clement's over-the-top shirtless character. But when Carell suddenly switched into a silly, improvised accent, Rudd completely broke character on the spot.
Linus? Mother.
In The Incredible Burt Wonderstone, Burt and Jane do a magic trick in bed with a condom exchange. But behind the scenes, Carell kept breaking character from laughing and joking around, so they had to reshoot the scene many times.
Smack the hell out of something.
And if that wasn't enough, he couldn't help laughing during his kissing scene with Anne Hathaway either. And honestly, who wouldn't?
All right. Shia LaBeouf.
In The Office's dinner party bit, when Carell's character lists dream guests, he gets to Shia LaBeouf, which he was supposed to mispronounce. But every time he tried, Steve kept cracking up and couldn't get through the line.
Shia LaBeouf? Shia LaBeouf?
The famous waxing scene in The 40-Year-Old Virgin wasn't acting at all. Steve Carell really had his chest hair ripped out, and his screams were completely real. The cast's reactions, Paul Rudd laughing, Seth Rogen cringing, and Romany Malco walking away, were also genuine. To top it off, Carell only had himself to blame, since he co-wrote the script and suggested the idea of doing the waxing for real.
Sweetie pie hole! Como se llama? No, Kelly Clarkson!
In one office scene, Carell has to wedge his car into a tiny parking spot and crawl out through the back. But in one take, things got so chaotic his pants actually split, making the whole bit even funnier.
I think I'm gonna need some new pants.
What does this look like?
That is a vagina.
In The 40-Year-Old Virgin, during the scene when Catherine Keener comes to Andy's place for a date and finds absurdly hilarious toys in his locker, Carell improvised a ton of lines. While the movie didn't use the raunchiest ones, they still had Catherine breaking into giggles.
That is a coochie. That is girl genitals.
What do you do with this?
To learn.
Stop.
In Get Smart, there's a scene where Carell was meant to get furious over gum stuck to his shoe, but instead of a messy struggle, the gum came off in one easy pull.
So, I guess I don't get arrested.
Why, hello, everybody.
In the weight loss sketch, the cast was already struggling to stay serious after Steve showed up in a huge fat suit, but then he went even further, making up a silly, over-the-top accent that sent the whole scene into chaos.
Hello, everybody.
In the Space Thanksgiving sketch on SNL, things went off the rails almost right away when a ray gun prop slipped to the floor just 13 seconds in, even though it was supposed to be saved for the big finale. With the planned ending ruined, Carell and the cast had to improvise on the spot.
Oh, hell yes. Who cares about some kern? Let's enjoy this Thanksgiving.
In The Incredible Burt Wonderstone, that golf ball close-up wasn't really Carell pulling off the trick. It was a stunt double. But on set, Steve couldn't resist goofing around and kept making the moment his own. From shows to movies, Carell's characters may change, but his gift for slipping in hilariously awkward lines at the perfect moment never does. During the cocktail sketch, he delivers an off-the-cuff joke so unexpected that it completely derails the scene.
Over the gums and through the lips. Look out, stomach. Here we go.
In Anchorman 2, when two hilarious personalities like Carell and Kristen Wiig came together, character breaks were almost inevitable.
What's your favorite fun, Grun?
Grun.
Oh my god!
And that's exactly what happened during their awkwardly romantic conversation, where Steve kept improvising the most random, over-the-top responses, leaving Kristen struggling to hold it together.
What's your favorite food?
Peeled.
Sorry, shit.
While Steve Carell almost always managed to stay in character, he finally lost it when he had to shove a massive piece of cake into his mouth.
It's not about the enjoyment. It's about...
In Date Night, what was supposed to be a heated confrontation quickly goes off the rails after Carell hilariously interrupts, leaving Ray literally at a loss for words and struggling to even get a word out of his mouth.
And you're stashing dirty pictures of me?
Really dirty, gross pictures.
You've been eating...
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
In the Client episode from The Office, Carell improvised so many over-the-top jokes that Tim Meadows couldn't help but break character. While Melora Hardin stays mostly composed on screen, once Carell and Meadows start improvising a silly song together, she loses it completely, laughing through several takes behind the scenes.
Chili's baby back rib.
The last thing you'd want to do is break when someone's yelling at you, but when it's Carell doing the yelling, that's a whole different story.
God damn it! What the f*** are you doing?
I'm sorry.
His outrageous screams had Ben almost losing his character, while Don Lake was literally laughing his way through the scene.
You f***ing idiot!
I'm sorry.
It's
Beautiful.
In Get Smart, the flashy moment where Carell jumps out of a helicopter and lands in an SUV to save Anne Hathaway looked epic on screen. But behind the scenes, it was far from smooth. Steve literally struggled his way through the stunt.
Let's try that again.
In one hilarious scene from The Office, when Michael and Pam are trying to build the perfect team, Carell goes off script and starts making up silly Chinese names for one of the supposed best salesmen he's ever met.
What's his last name?
Shunu Lala. He worked at that... Shishi Poo Poo. I know that's not it. He worked at the telemarketing place.
Carell is already wild enough on his own, but in Dinner for Schmucks, the cast put him in a scene with a real vulture, and the two of them together quickly turned the set into total chaos. In the Happy Hour episode, Michael's date with Julie quickly goes off the rails when Carell suddenly starts dancing like a total weirdo, grossing everyone out.
Oh, God.
You said you would laugh.
Just when things couldn't get more awkward, Steve launched into a Scranton Strangler impression that cracked up Krasinski and Fisher again and again.
I'm gonna get you.